penis butt. That's still not wide enough. What is this? There you go. There you go. Look at that. Live testing. This is how we do things on Pig Cake. We don't do things before, we do things during. That's the sort of aesthetic that I want to provide for this show. Also, just realize I don't have something to sit on. I need something to sit on so I could satiate my aging back. Hey there. Hey there, friends. I don't know if this is live or not. I can never tell with this because YouTube, of course, doesn't have any sort of connection here. It would be great if maybe they allowed me to do a stream and then somehow, see it here, right? That'd be a great use of their technology as opposed to sending me notifications that yesterday was fucking Juneteenth. Thank you, Google. Seems like you're using your resources well. God, okay. So let's see how this looks like. Top chat, changing this to live chat. Hey there, welcome. Welcome. Today's Sunday. It's Father's Day. Let's see how this sounds. Welcome. Today's Sunday. Ooh. It's Father's Day. Ooh. Oh man. Okay. Sounds good. Hey there. Welcome. I don't have a father, which is why today I'm not going anywhere to celebrate Father's Day. So that's why I'm here doing a live stream. And I thought it would be the best time. I wanted to do this earlier, but unfortunately, I was waiting for an Amazon package. And I don't know if you know this, but on Amazon you could track, right? So you see where the pack or the person is in your neighborhood. And my favorite thing about it is the fact that it's still ran by monkeys. You would think that because they have access to all the information in your phone, because they know your location, right? You think that maybe in 2021 we'd be able to circumvent an issue that was pervasive in the 90s, for example, where we had, packages delivered to the wrong addresses. Why? Because postmen and women were relying on paper and just looking at the numbers. Whereas now you have GPS technology, my friends. You could look at a phone and it tells you within, I would say, a foot in either way where that precise location is. But yet, what happened was the mailman decided to deliver my package to the neighbor, and the neighbors didn't know, and then there was this whole back and forth. And well, I guess this is the last live stream I'm doing before I actually have to turn myself in for the murder of a small Mexican family. But welcome. It's Father's Day, as I mentioned earlier, right? Usually, this is a holiday that my mom would be very upset at because she always expects every year that we do something for Father's Day for her because technically she was our father, right? So that's the way it works. So if we don't do anything for her on her father or on Father's Day, she complains and bitches. Daniel says this crazy technology answering your phone. This is not answering my phone. See, you had an attempt at making a good joke there, saying, "Oh, look at Mister Piggy here doing a live stream, but not able to answer his phone." But instead, you try to make it some sort of weird. Uh, you try to make it humorous and ended up failing. Oxymoron says, "Pig cake drinking canned water." Yeah, Bud Light. I'm a huge fan of Bud Light, 110 calories, um, 5% APV, I think, or 4.5% APV, and gets the job done. You can have a 12 pack of beer, and it's a very versatile beer. You could put it with OJ, have a beer mosa. You could put ice in it. You could mix it and mix and mingle and match certain things. You could have a lot of fun with that. So it's a great versatile beer. People really shit on it because it's what frat boys give to would be would be whores. Every time you go to a frat party, you have a cooler full of PBR and Bud Light. That's the reputation that Bud Light has. But I think it's really it's not deserved. It's not a deserved reputation. It's just that it's cheap beer and it's light. So I actually prefer it to Budweiser. I prefer it to Budweiser and think that this is actually the superior beer to Budweiser. Although I did have one the other day that was 8.5 APV, which kind of blew my mind because what's the point? What's the point of a beer that's that powerful? At that point, might as well have a wine or a harder drink or maybe because the little champagne bottles of wine, sorry, the little champagne bottles of Prosecco are like 12% APV. So this is almost that. So it's an absurd thing and an easily consumable beer. Happy non Father's Day. Yeah, yeah. Happy non Father's Day. Welcome. Welcome those that don't have any fathers to care about or fathers in their lives. This is what this particular stream is for. It's for you guys. It's for the people that don't have daddies and had to pretty much be. Oh, there you go. That's that beer coming up. Had to have been pretty much had a childhood with a grandmother that would beat you on any occasion and a mother that wouldn't let you go to other people's houses because of fear of mutual masturbation. But she's also the greatest mother, so I really can't complain about that. Old English, it's 8%. It's cheap and gets the job done every time. Yeah, but it's Old English. It puts me lower in the tax bracket. When I have to file my taxes and they see that Old English is part of my recent purchases, they put me in a lower tax bracket, and I don't think I could do that. I want to do that to myself. I call it love in a canoe, effing near water. That's a reference that definitely went over my head. Victor says, "Hey Piggy, do you have what? Hey Piggy, you do have, but you just don't know where he is." Okay, my father. You're referencing my father. Yeah, I have a father. That's the way that you're supposed to be made. It's with the sometimes I was gonna say mutual, but it doesn't have to be mutual. But mutual engagement between somebody with sperm and somebody with an egg. We have to be very careful in 2021 that we don't get canceled for saying something that is cancelable, right? And in this case, I have to be very specific because a woman could possess sperm and a man could possess an egg by 2021's definition of a male and female. So two of those got together, and now I'm here. I'm here doing a live stream for you guys. So welcome. What was the other thing I wanted to mention? I know that I want to. Oh, you could do voicemails. So the link in the description below, where it says leave a voicemail, you could check that out, and you could click on that and leave a voicemail. It's for ham radio, but I'm using it for this. So if you want to leave a voicemail that I'll play on the show, check it out there. It's anchor.fm/ham radio/message. You could click that and leave a voicemail and I'll play it out. Please don't say the N word, right? Don't say the N word. That's all I ask. Because that's one thing that then YouTube goes, oh, the N word was on a stream, even though I didn't say it. It's on the so that's the only thing I ask for. Just um, don't say the N word. And I hate saying the N word, not the word, but I hate saying the N word, right? I don't like it. To me, it feels like it's worse than the actual N word. Eric Tiberius Dream says, I don't have a father either to disappoint, so I have to disappoint myself with card tricks and video games. Jesus, what a deadly combination, card tricks and video games. You know what I love? The people that combine things that they have outside of magic with magic. So, for example, you'll have a magician that's like, I'm going to incorporate video games into a trick. And it always ends up, cheesy or shitty or cringy. There's a trick that I saw in Wizard Product Review recently. That's that's the other thing about Bud Light, by the way. It makes you burp like a gross old person that doesn't care. So that's the only thing that's a downside of this beer. It makes you pretty gassy. But as far as the other point there, I saw a Wizard product review recently where they reviewed a trick that was like a Facebook. It was like a social media trick, and the point of the trick is that you have all these cards of celebrities, like Facebook profiles, and then you have a silk that you hand somebody, and you roll the silk up, and they hold it in their hand, and then you have somebody select a profile picture of a famous celebrity, and then that famous celebrity ends up on the screen, on the silk screen. You get it? It's a pun. And I realized that tricks like that, where it's like, oh, let me incorporate something weird like social media and magic. How can I do it? Can I use a phone, something that people would tie with social media? No, I'm gonna print out celebrities and have these weird cards, and then have it printed magically on a silk. Just killed it for me. Let's see. This one, I have a dad. Michael Lawrence says, I have a dad, but I spent my afternoon practicing packet tricks, substantially increasing my odds of never becoming one myself. Yeah, you could tell how little of a chance you have at being a father by how many, what's his name? Paul Gordon packet tricks, Like how many of those card tricks where you're like, here I have a packet of cards that say oil on them. Here I have a packet of cards that say water on them. One, two, three, four water, and one, two, three, four oil. I'm just gonna mix the oil and the water, the oil and the water, the oil and the water, the oil and the water. And now, by wiggling my fingers and waiting for them to separate, I was gonna say celebrate. Uh, I'd be the one celebrating after the mass shooting that would occur after anybody show me a card trick like this in person. But watch, and then now we have all four oils on top. One, two, three, four oils, followed by one, two, three, four waters. Please tell me that's not verbatim one of those packet tricks. That's verbatim. That's not even me changing any sort of pattern. That's the exact legitimate pattern. But as I mentioned before, if you want to leave a voicemail, check it out on anchor.fm/ham radio. The link is in the description below, underneath the merch section and the website section. So that's what I'm shilling. You do have to make an account on anchor.fm, but it's 2 seconds and you can leave a voicemail. So shut up. It's for the ham radio section, but I'm using it today for this. Any updates on dropping your deck? No updates. No updates on dropping my deck. If it was up to me, I would have had it about a year and a half ago. But because of factors that are outside of my control, unfortunately, I don't have any updates on my deck of playing cards. I found a wife and then got into Magic, walking the right path, but I'm shit at Magic. So probably why I'm still married. Yeah, well, the key is that you have to get married and then let them know that you're into card tricks. I also fucked up my ear, by the way. Yesterday, I was combing my hair, and I recently changed these earrings, and I clipped it on it, and I yanked the earring down. I yanked it down, and I think I opened up the hole past where it's supposed to be. And today, I changed these into new ones. These are new ones from the ones I had yesterday, and it was I couldn't find the story of my life. Right, I was trying to I couldn't find a hole in my ear because I feel like it's swollen because I yanked it yesterday. So the moral of the story here, my friends, is don't get your ears pierced as a midlife crisis. That's a good suggestion. So don't do that. And oxymoron, I already made the can't find the pussy joke. Okay, I already made the joke. So before you even have a snide comment saying, "Oh, that's the only hole Pigcake's ever opened," right? I already beat you to it. I undermined that joke by making my own joke, saying, "Oh yeah, story of my life. I can't find the hole." Okay, so so piss off, fuck off, as the Brits say. The Brits with increasing inbreeding and misaligned teeth. I tried doing that like one of those vocal exercises to be a news anchor. I'm working on the John Bannon Call of the Wild. Good luck with that, Michael. Good luck with that, man. If you're working on any sort of packet trick, I'm a fan of some of them, but I really don't like the. Here I have. There's only one that I've ever seen that warrants the counting of the cards, which is Elmsley's color one. There's that one. It's on YouTube, and it's I think one of his more popular tricks that he keeps showing these cards. Like he shows a four blue back cards, and he goes, "So I have four blue back cards here," and he takes a different color card, puts it on top, and then he has four of that color. Then he keeps doing this. He does it like 8 times, and the packet changes. And that's the only trick that I think warrants that counting. Dazzle, there you go, Dazzle by Elmsley, where he's counting it because it's humorous. And each packet becomes crazy. It's like that episode of Rick and Morty where they're hallucinating stuff, and they have all these zany characters. So he takes off all these zany deck backs and then keeps counting them. It's kind of a crazy trick. So that one is the only one that I think is worth you counting each one. But I don't know how many times I've seen like a demo video or somebody doing a packet trick where they go, "All right, so here I have one, two, three, four cards, and these are the one, two, three, four aces. So we're gonna take these cards, one, two, three, four, and we're gonna square them up. And watch, now they're the one, two, three, four kings with one, two, three, four different colored backs. And a blowjob lost its wings because of that. So a blowjob literally flew out and lost its wings because of you showing a trick that involved you counting that much. That video of him doing Dazzle was funny. I remember correctly, the comments were full of magicians saying his Elmsley count sucks. Isn't that ironic, right? Isn't that funny? I don't know if that's ironic. I there's a couple habits, by the way, that I've realized looking back on these videos that I need to stop. Number one is but. I say but a lot. And whenever I'm editing, I could tell when I say but because the audio wave peaks a little because my butt is very substantial. And I don't mean my ass, I mean the points. Right? Well, my ass is pretty, I've been told. But I could see that. So I'm trying to say but less. And I'm also trying to say less. And I'm also trying to stop doing that mouth click, that thing. So whenever I start a sentence, it's like, hey, I don't want that. So I'm trying to actively work on those little speech impediments, right? I want to call it a lifelong stutter, as certain people have to justify them losing their minds. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call it a lifelong stutter. My dad's in jail. He called me, but I didn't pick up. Didn't want to deal with him today. I feel like that could have been a playing card pun. That could have been a playing card pun because you could have said, my dad's a deck of playing cards. He called me today, but I didn't want to deal with him. You see, you deal playing cards, my friends. That's oh boy. Mm. I have some topics, funny enough, on this live stream, so I'm actually prepared a little bit. Even though you could tell my look at the long list. These are just things that I write to myself throughout the week, and I'm like, you know what? Well, next time I do a live stream, I want to bring this up. And one of these, funny enough, I can't talk about because it's going to be an entire episode. It's going to be an entire video. I think I'm going to put it up tomorrow or maybe the day after. Um, but this shows you that what little life I have. I spend the entire weekend just like looking up old self-working card trick books. So if you, I don't know, had a root canal this weekend, if you decided to get audited by the IRS, you had a better weekend than I did. Let's see this one. So yeah, this is what one of the things that peeved me off that I had to write it down because it says here YouTube comments about family members or death in music videos. So I find myself looking a lot of times at music videos from like the 80s, not 90s, but 80s stuff. That's mostly my jam, and literally, and I find that in a lot of these videos, you see these comments that are the top, right? So they have 100,000 upvotes because all these music videos have hundreds of millions of views. So it makes sense that the top comment is going to be several hundred thousand upvotes, or maybe even several thousand upvotes. And they're always in regards to my dad died, my son died slowly and painfully, and come on, Eileen. Is it come on, Eileen, or come on, Irene? I think it's Eileen. But case in point, come on, Eileen really helped me remember my son that I lost tragically. And then they get a bunch of people commenting like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry." I don't believe them. I don't believe them. I think I'm gonna put this out here on official live stream captured forever. I think every single person that has ever commented on a YouTube video in regards to a family member or their wife or their significant other passing away and the song reminds them of that person, I think it's bullshit. I don't think it's real. And this counts on TikTok too. So you see this on the TikTok comments too, like, oh man, this song in the background was the one that reminds me of my father that passed away. And it's like, no, no, stop it. You know what you're doing. You're looking for sympathy, and you're not going to get it from me because I know you're lying. And obviously not all of them are going to be false. Some of them are going to be true, but I think it's statistically insignificant. I think at that point, it's 1% of the 1% that happened to actually be a real case where the person's typing out a comment saying, man, Lady in Red by Chris de Burgh really reminds me of my wife that I lost 30 years ago. 1% of those are real. Let's see. I've been looking everywhere for Destination Zero. Is that you're talking about John Bannon's stuff? John Bannon's fantastic stuff. He's another great mind in magic, but I think watching him do the tricks on those DVDs is always interesting because you always, especially the recent ones, like the dealing with it and all that stuff, because whatever that company is, I think it's Big Blind Media, hires the baddest hoes. I think who is it? Not Ian Moran. Who's the guy that runs that? It's like some. It's not. He's not Irish, but he's like a very. He has a very like specific accent of an individual that I know drinks about a pint every hour. That sort of guy. I forgot who runs that, but whoever it is, man, you're killing it. because all they do is hire just baddies. And you have a guy like John Bannon, who's an older individual, looks like your grandfather, doing tricks for these 20-year-old thoughts, and it's always tremendous to watch. But I don't believe that. I don't believe these comments. And the other ones that are also fucking terrible are these videos, these sob stories on TikTok. I don't know if you peruse TikTok as much as I do, but you have these videos every once in a while that is a person crying because their husband left them, or sobbing profusely, and showing some stuff. And it's like, you set up the camera. Like, look at everything that takes to make a TikTok to that capacity. You put the camera down, you adjusted the angle, you hit record, you went to the in front of the camera, you did your thing, you started crying, you're there tearing up. You then have to go back, pick up the phone, watch the video, find the song, edit, clip it, put it right, make sure it matches up, and then upload it. And that's just the small, like, that's if you don't decide to edit it and add other videos. So you went through all that, just to share with people online that you're crying because somebody passed away in your family. You're lying. You're a liar. That's a lot of effort. And I don't think people really do that. I think you're doing that for fake internet points. So I'm out here again making the accusation that all of you guys are dirty, disgusting liars. Happy Daddy's Day, Piggy, by Advait Rati. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. I apologize if the furniture in your house started levitating by me just saying that name. Deckhead say, thanks, Stu. Just needed to say it out loud. Well, you said it in text. You wrote it. You didn't say it out loud unless you do what I do, which is a mistake, which is I say my text messages out loud. So as I'm sending a text message, I say it out loud. And sometimes, I'm like, oh, hey, fucking this. So, or I'll say my password out loud. I'll be like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll do that. The Bud Light lasts longer if you take a picture of it. Okay. You're saying to get on with it and drink it. Well, when I was helping Danny move, he was disgusted by me because I put ice in my Bud Light, which I think is perfectly fine. I believe in certain places in the Philippines, they serve beer with the ice in it, especially if it's light beer. What's the problem? You're going to have a beverage that's colder longer. And in my experience, these beers are fantastic when they're ice cold, and they're terrible when they're cold. So the moment they even get a little bit cold, they're absolutely undrinkable. So, of course, I would enjoy it with ice. Why not? I put OJ in my Bud Light. Nothing wrong with that. We have here, Stu Batman says, know that feeling? Hold up. Know how that feels, dude, more than you know. I don't know what you're referring to. But I do refer you guys to anchor.fm/ham radio. The link is in the description below. If you want to leave a voicemail that I'll play during the show and maybe answer your questions, do it now. Do it now. Let me see if anybody is. Funny enough, the last one that sent a voicemail was Magic Orthodoxy in regards to Coke from McDonald's. So let me see if anybody has sent any messages in so far, just to hear your disgusting voices. Nope. No, nobody has sent messages. You guys should be ashamed of yourselves. But yeah, Magic Orthodoxy that left a nice message for me and Daniel and Ham Radio, where he mentions, hey, the reason Coke from McDonald's tastes good is because they ship them in aluminum vats, so it preserves the taste better, which I just found a little bit humorous. Magic Orthodoxy is secretly my father. Hey, Piggy, when's the last time you cried for joy? Man, my legs, by the way, asleep. I don't know if you realize this, right? I'm sitting down right now on the floor, right? So this is the studio setup here, my friends. I'm sitting down, Indian style, cause fuck crisscross applesauce. Indian style is the way I grew up. All right, that's how they taught me that I was sitting down. That's what they called it. All my butchy PE teachers. But let's see. Do we know who Jason Parker is? Let's see who Jason Parker. I'm gonna do a quick Google search. Jason Parker sounds like a basketball player. Jason Parker, magician. Why is my foot falling asleep? Funny enough, when you look up Jason Parker, the first thing that comes up is Jason Parker allegations. That's the first thing that comes up. Or on Google. So I think there might be another magician that has the same name. Is he like a reaction guy? Yeah, he's one of those guys that reacts. I should relax with that because last time I said that reaction magicians aren't cool. Todor, Edward Todor, with his jujitsu, flew over to South Florida, found me outside of the local Denny's, and he fucking slammed me on the ground and got me in an anaconda vice and said, "What now, piggy bitch? Huh?" So he did that to me. So I don't want to say anything bad about people that watch and react to videos. Jason Parker has some bad hotties on his channel he performs for. Let's see. Let's see. Now again, because see, if this was a professional show, right, I would look something up here and it would show up for you guys. And actually, I spent quite a bit of time researching how I could stream from my phone. I know, yes, can you stream from your computer? Just get an Ethernet cable. I cannot do that. Okay, I can't do that. But I was trying to see different ways that I could do a stream from my phone through my actual good camera that I could show stuff, that I could do stuff with. But that was a pain in the ass. But let me see, Jason Parker. Let me check his channel. Jason Parker again sounds like a retired basketball player. So Jason Parker, and let me see if you are in fact telling the truth. So magic tricks with friends. And okay, so that's Jason Parker. I think he's left some comments on my channel if I remember correctly. But let's see if he's actually performing for some baddies and see if you guys are telling the truth. Yeah, you know what? Okay, so in this video in particular, let me check it out at 360p because right now it's at 140p. They're baddies. Yeah, well, okay. I mean, okay. There's one that's kind of like a foreign looking. I don't want to be mean, but she has her assets that are good, and the other one is kind of like a club girl, like straight long hair. I'm a fan of that one. So yeah, you're right. You're right. He does have some quote unquote baddies. He has what I like to call Jada Cole's baddies. Jada Cole's in reference to the bar. That's a local bar. That's a dive bar. It's a shit hole. It's when you walk in there, you're pretty much the moment you walk in, what you stepped into because the roof is spray painted, right? So the ceiling is spray painted. All the women are just dehydrated, right? So I'm sure you have a local bar in your area that's the exact same thing. Let's see this one. Why do magicians always ask if a wallet can be expected when a new wallet is released? Isn't that dumb? Who lets anybody inspect their wallet? I hate when they say that. That's again magicians thinking like magicians, right? And I forgot who I was talking to. I think it was one of the patron things. But I mentioned as to wallets and stuff. And the one thing that I hate when any magician that puts out a wallet does is they have a demo video where the person is holding onto the wallet like this. And this is really virginity. I'm sorry, right? But this is what you signed up for. You signed up for me to talk about virginity. But they have the demo video, right? Where the person that they're performing for is holding the wallet like this. And again, the emphasis is being placed in the wallet there because why would I hold this wallet like this if there isn't anything to do with the wallet? What you're doing there is that you're training people later on, if they see you and ask you to perform again, you're training for them to go, hey, show me that trick with the wallet. Show me that trick with the wallet that you did to me. Show her that trick that you did with the wallet. When the wallet shouldn't be the focus, it should be the name. So you shouldn't have the wallet in play. It's just that the wallet is a transitive thing where you took the thing out. Hey, write the thing on there. All right, I just do that just so you can't change their mind later. It's happened to me before. Great. Okay, perfect. And that's it. So you don't even go back to this. This is just in case. So that's what it should be treated as. But people treat it as the focus and they go, no, do me a favor and hold on to the wallet just like that. Perfect. You're doing great. What? Okay, great. Now this person is holding onto the wallet, and what happens? What has to happen at the end? You now have to reach in after you reveal the word. You have to pull it out, and you have to show them what you wrote or what they wrote on the wallet. Why? That's stupid. Just put it down. It served its purpose, and that's it. So I don't know, but yeah, I do hate that. Sorry to get virgin-y, deckhead, but I hate when magician asks that. And I was watching one of the streams that Murphy's Magic did recently about that new wallet that they came up with, and that's one of the things that people ask: can the wallet be inspected? Of course not, you fucking retard. It's a wallet. It's your wallet. When was the last time you gave somebody a wallet and said, "Hey, man, here, Oh, sorry, just hold it. You know, it's not a normal thing, but it's normal if somebody says, "Hey, can I have a dollar? Do you have a dollar?" You go into your wallet, you reach it out, you take it out. It's the transitive thing. So the wallet is just there because it happens to hold the objects. And in this case, it's holding the cards that you have people write on. It shouldn't be the focus. That's as virgin as I want to get. I apologize. But I hope that at least made a little bit of sense for you guys here. See, Mark Cobain says, "What's the best trick you've seen live? Maybe in close up." Well, that's a rough one. Well, I saw Max Maven, not Max Maven. I saw, Jesus, I'm a retard. I'm really retarded. I saw, what's his name? Matt King, right? Matt King did some great stuff. His act is tremendous, and he has that one trick where he has that gerbil, like his little pet gerbil, on top of the little box that it came out of, and it just looks so perfect because he just grabs it and then eats it. And seeing that live was tremendous. And the other one was in New York Magic. They have a show, Monday Night Magic, I think every Monday. Funny enough, it'd be great if it was called Monday Night Magic and it was done on a Tuesday, right? That would be an interesting little show. Hey guys, come to Monday Night Magic. People show up on Monday. Oh no, the show's tomorrow. See, that's a little fun little thing that I do. But see, but there you go. I'm repeating myself. Try not to say but as often as possible. Uh, Peter Samuelson did linking rings, and he linked this ring to three others, and he did it perfectly. So he does it going across to everybody. He borrows three rings, links them together, and then goes up to each individual person and says, "Do you see your ring? Yes. Do you see your ring? Yes. Do you see your ring? Okay, here you go. That's yours. That's yours, and that's yours." So I remember seeing that, and that was quite a tremendous trick. But then also, unfortunately, in my talks with Peter Turner, every other fucking conversation that I have, he does probably the craziest thing you could imagine. You know, hey, just think of a word. Um, but just whatever, think of any word. I just want to show you this. Okay, all right, and then it will turn something around and the word will be on it. Or hey, just name a card. Eight of spades. Okay, now name a number. Four. All right, one, two, three, four. There you go. Shit like that he does on an almost daily basis, motherfucker. I'm in love with the blonde chick that is in Murphy's videos, Margot Robbie lookalike. Greg Wilson always seems extra happy when she's there. They're usually people that are just like related to the not producers, but the other fucking people. So they'll be like somebody's sister, which is funny enough. Uh, let's see this one. Piggy, did you call your dad and wish him a happy Father's Day? My father, the last interaction I had with my dad was on, I think, like 20 days after my birthday last year, that he sent me an email saying happy birthday. And I'm like, all right, it's not the right day, dude. But you tried. You tried. I'll give you that one. Pops, I'm surprised he had a Wi Fi from the desert. He's a very Arabic man. Um, let's see this one here. Penis Muncher. What is check the link. I don't know if I have Discord on this particular computer. I don't know if I deleted it. Uh, but if you are to leave me a message, I do prefer it to be on voicemail. Check it out on voicemail. Anchor.fm/ham radio show. The link is in the description. Leave a voicemail so I can play it on the show, God damn it. I'm trying to add a new segment here. All right. Trying to make this dynamic and not just, hey, look at me talk to a microphone for an hour. Make it a thing like, hey, dude, watch this. So you said you posted something on the Discord. Let's see what was posted on the Discord. I'm looking at Pigcake, general chats. Uh, I'm looking at Pigcake hanging out with homeless, cracked out Florida fighter, and that is George Masvidal. The joke is, of course, that I look like George Masvidal, which I disagree with. There's one that I was sent here, which is an Instagram video. Right, let me turn on the audio. Okay. All right. Uh, yeah, that was terrible. Thank you, whoever sent that. Boy, if I ever see you in person, just know that I'm gonna guarantee that your life changes. So thank you. I appreciate sending me that. I prefer if nobody ever sent me terrible Instagram graphics ever again. That really set me back a couple years in my life. Holy shit. Let's see some other comments here. I wish it were my teacher in school. Yeah, I wish it were my student because I would have was about to make an intercourse joke there, but I chose not to. Let's see. I also love how some reviews on the cafe act disappointed when they learned that the secret is not, in fact, real magic. Yeah, that's my points with the video that I put out, I think, a week and a half ago, talking about the burglas effect. My point on that particular video was magicians seem to get pissed off when they realize that the method isn't actually just, magical, that it's not just, oh, just shuffle deck and it's going to happen. It's going to happen just because that's the way the universe works. They're really pissed off when it comes to that, which I love. And again, you see in my previous video on the burglas effect, magicians coming out talking, saying, "Hey man, check this out. Look at this. This is the real burglas effect." No, 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 it is real. I'm like, you didn't get the point of the video. You fuck. You fuck. But yeah, you're right. What happened to Disturb Reality? Jared had a weird path. Well, I think his passion was wrestling, man. Even though he looks like he's like 137 pounds, soaking wet, and that's coming from me. His passion was wrestling. I think that Magic was kind of an early love, and then he really just wanted to become a wrestler. So it was a stepping stone to wrestling. So I think that's where his focus is on. I'm not sure what it is. He's fine and engaged to some new girl, loving or living in Texas. Good for him, living in Texas, right? Paying $17 for a 15-bedroom mansion. So good on Jared, especially considering California, where he previously lived. For like, it's like Miami and New York. For a room this big, the size of this table, you're paying about $1,900 a month, and you're upfront paying 3 months in advance, and you're also signing your life away. So it's a great thing to rent in those particular cities. Whereas in Texas, you could just drop. I think apart from Austin, you could just drop a. I was gonna say drop a bomb. You could drop a pin anywhere randomly, and you're gonna be paying about $700 for a very sizable portion or a sizable place. Hey Pigcake, can you take off and switch places of the fake Lego bricks on your cover? Yeah, I could do that. I don't know if I want to though, because it's kind of tight, like a pussy. There you go. But see, look, I could take it out like that. Look at that. It's just kind of annoying to do, but this is supposed to be straight. Mind you, I've had this computer for I think like 7 years now, because this is my previous work laptop. So everybody would be like, "Oh man, look at how cool." This had a function, by the way. It wasn't just me being a virgin. This had a function because I put my hard drive. So I put Lego pieces on my hard drive. I glued it to the back of the hard drive, and I would place it on the back, right? And then I had another thing that I put here. So this was a very functional thing. So I could just have this laptop and have stuff that I Lego to the back, and not have to worry about dropping or losing it. Remote. I put a remote here, so that was the function of this. And I made it myself. I cut it, I sanded it, I stuck it. So you can't buy this. I had to source it myself, which is great because I'm a grown man going to the Lego store. Dude must not have seen Disturb Reality in a long ass time if you think he's 130 pounds. Check out his daily street magic challenges from 2018. He looked like fucking Thor. What? No way, dude. He's fucking 130 pounds. The guy, I mean, last time, I think in 2020, he put out a video or something on Instagram or whatnot, and he had like pipey arms. So I'm like, he wasn't fat, but he wasn't, you know, he looked skinny, you know? So let me see. Jared. You look up Jared. That's not a good thing to have on your laptop, Jared. But Jared 120. Also, whoever made the keyboard on the Surface Pro 4 is an actual retard. Jared 120. Jarek. Sorry, Jarek. Jesus fucking Christ. Let's see his Twitter. You know what? Let's see Instagram. I think he's more likely to have uploaded on his Instagram rather than anything. It's just a bunch of playing cards. Maybe if he has Evan Cloyd, maybe that's his Instagram, because he hasn't uploaded something on his official Disturb Reality Instagram since 2019. So maybe he has another Instagram. This is a waste of time. I'm bored already trying to look up pictures of this fucking guy that you swear was jacked in 2018. Evan Cloyd, there's a picture of him. with his girl. Okay, and he's proposing. Let's see a picture of his girl here. He's like, doing the standard bro. That's not a good picture because it looks like it looks like she's like, and it's coming from me again, an individual that has to jump to get things from the higher shelves. Um, let's see. Here he is. He looks like he's like 3'4", and she's 6'7". And the first video that I see, which is pinned with 3 likes. Let me turn that off so I don't get a copyright. Is his girlfriend? His girlfriend, who's I think it's a person of color, right? No fucking music. Shaking her butt. Yeah, she kind of looks like Rihanna, I guess. Shaking her butt. Very classy. Very classy. And the thing said, my bitch, I'm going to marry that ass. Okay. Let's see some other pictures of him here. Hopefully, he has some pictures where he doesn't look. Okay, here he is, January 24th. All right, yeah, okay. He's gained some mass. Gained some mass. You're right. Looks like a thick old wrestler here. So this one is from 2021, and he's looking like a standard indie wrestler. So good for him. Good for him, man. Maybe I'm thinking of him like in the old Jericho 120 days when he's doing street magic to strangers, making out with them awkwardly, doing like French kiss. Maybe that's the Jericho that I see in my head. By the way, can there be any more of a white trash name than Jericho? Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like the Lynn, like Becky Lynn of male names. If your name is, it's like what's the name? Micaiah, Jebediah, like it's like that. Jarek, like it just seems like a hick name. Correct me if I'm wrong. Um, let's see. Jarek was in WWE. Yeah, I saw it. I saw that one. I was watching Raw when Braun Strowman was there, and they were trying to make him look like a crazy big guy. And then I'm like, oh look, it's Jarek. It's fucking Jarek doing the job to Braun. I'm like, that's interesting. Maybe that's the last time I saw him, and he looked kind of skinny. Let's see this one here. Better the East Coast or West Coast? East Coast. What do you? Not even a comparison, Mark Cobain. The East Coast is way better, and by East Coast I mean like South Florida, because you have the West Coast, right, with Cali, and that's a fucking cesspool, if I've ever seen one. Right? I think they're trying to literally get their governor out. I think that's the last thing I heard from Cali, which was not so long ago. I don't know how that's going. I think he was trying to really bribe people and say, no, I'm good. I promise, I could change. I think they're trying to get him out for various things. Let's see. The next one here, by the way, that I have is TikTok is breeding a generation of retards. So I think that goes without saying that that's just social media in general, right? So social media in general, I think, is breeding a generation of retards that are posting stuff to validate their lives for insignificant internet points, right? Now, I understand using social media for, I understand as advertisement. I understand using social media as a tool, right, to reach like-minded individuals and connect with them and engage. I understand that. However, here's the thing. And mind you, this is somebody that looks at TikTok quite frequently. I put myself down every time. I remind myself when I open up TikTok, I look at 3 and then I put my phone down because I don't want it to completely ruin my day, as it has before. So I'm controlling that now. But in terms of the people on TikTok, it's amazing the level of retardation that you see when you keep scrolling. Same thing with Instagram. I saw a post the other day that was a pyramid scheme, right? Like one of these, like, hey, join Primerica. I forgot the actual name of this one. I wish I wrote it down, but it was this individual, and this was actually in Miami. So this was here in Dolphin Stadium, where they had this whole massive seminar. Let me see if I could find the name of it. I really want to hear. I'm gonna look up pyramid scheme. Seminar, Miami. Seminar, Miami Dolphin Stadium. But it was this woman, and it was a African American woman. I just mentioned that just so you kind of have an understanding as to the TikTok, right? The nature of the TikTok. Here we are, you know, doing it big. Like that sort of was the vibe. That's not racist. That was an imitation of the actual video itself. Let me see what the events were. So if I wish I could find this, but it was an event in the stadium, and if anybody could tell me the name, it'd be great. But they had like 14 or 15,000 people in the stadium, and her argument was that it wasn't a pyramid scheme because of how many people attended the seminar. Mind you, the seminar had a concert by I think the baby or some shit. Could you imagine you go for a work like seminar or like a thing to let you know what the job is about? That first of all you have to pay for. Comes out of your pocket. And then number two, that your argument as to it not being a pyramid scheme is that there was a concert at the end of the seminar by the baby and there were also 15,000 people there. God, let me see. I hope I could really find this. It was like a major company too. It was like one of these companies that does these, but then they don't call. No, it's not a pyramid scheme. It's a reverse funnel. No, 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 no. It's an upside down triangle. It's a flower. It's a blooming flower, right? All I need is just if I look at the business model. All you need is two people working under you because those two people then get two people each, and then everyone's working under you and you're making all the money. Okay. My favorite people are the ones that get like for the Mary Kay ones. They go to the point where they have like they give them like a pink Land Rover, and I just imagine how many small Mexican women you had to scam with your Mary Kay bullshit in order for them to go. All right, we're gonna give you a car. Could you imagine how many consuelas you had to scam as being it's always dumb white bitches, by the way. Being a dumb white bitch, how many innocent Mexican women you got to sell makeup so you could get a pink fucking Mary Kay car? My God. But I'm trying to find what the name of the actual company that was doing this scheme. Yeah, I know you guys are saying Ponzi scheme. I know it's Ponzi scheme. Yeah, but I'm trying to see the company that was doing it. Seminar Miami Dolphin Stadium. Let me see if I could find this shit, man. It was like one of these companies that has like one name, like Primerica, right, or some shit like that. Let me. I can't even look at it because my freaking phone is the one doing the stream. Okay. It wasn't BitConnect. No, 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 no. It wasn't BitConnect, but it was almost like that. Man, dude, I'm not gonna stop until I find this. I'm a retard for not saving this. And nobody, I don't, I know nobody cares about this but me, but I care enough to look for this. So I know it was Dolphin Stadium, uh, work, seminar, Instagram. I know that if I look, oh my God, this is gonna drive me crazy. This is gonna drive me crazy. Man, no, You know what? I'm not gonna find it. I'm sure that I'm gonna angrily find a post later that's gonna remind me about it. Oh boy, man, it sucks. But case in point, okay, the post was in regards to this individual that was into this pyramid scheme and defending it, saying, "Hey, look, all right, you guys are calling this a Ponzi scheme, a pyramid scheme, whatever." But look how many people are here. There are 15,000 people watching the seminar, and they have a concert. So I'm definitely right. Hi, Piggy. Okay, hi. I like Asians, or I'm into Asians. I'm into Asians as well. I like Asians. I was watching a documentary on North Korea the other day, and I was taken aback by how amazingly beautiful Korean women are to the point where I just want to, I want to go there and just do this, just fall backwards on as many as I can. They're just tremendous looking women. Same thing with Japanese women, right? I just want to drop to one knee and be like, hey, I'd like to share your debt. Hi, would you like to live a a shitty life with a retarded magician? Yes, perfect. I'm here for you. Do that. North Korea is not real. Yeah, I know. It's great. North Korea is tremendous. I was watching the old Vice documentaries where they go to North Korea and the crazy show that they have for the tourists that go there, where they have 120,000 children in one time. You have children and people with the signs in the stadium, in this massive stadium, doing these crazy performances for 10 people, 10, 15 tourists, just to show them, this is the entertainment we have here in North Korea. Insane. And you hear the people that escape, North Korea, and they're like, yeah, my whole family's dead now because I decided to leave. Yeah, that's a great place. See this one here. I'd go to Bangkok for that. Yeah. I'd go to Bangkok if I wanted to bang some cock. You know what I'm saying? Right? Let's be as ignorant as possible. I'd go to Bangkok if I was gonna go and recreate that scene from Crocodile Dundee, where the man woman approaches Crocodile Dundee and says, "Hey," and then he goes, grabs the thing, and finds out that it's the dude. Don't forget, leave a voicemail. Link is in the description below where it says leave a voicemail. I want to see how that works on this show. I want to make it an actual show, a semblance of a radio show here, right? If I could, I'd add a little filter to make this look like public access. So I could technically take, not calls per se, but I could take voicemails, right? And it becomes like a little back and forth. So make sure to look at the link in the description below if you want to do that. No, you know what? I'm gonna look for this thing. I'm gonna look for this seminar, even if I have to sign in to TikTok on my computer, like I'm some sort of troglodyte. So I'm gonna sign into my TikTok because I think I favorited it. I think I put it on my favorites. Your privacy blocked access to your location. What? I collect, mind you, this is how much of a virus TikTok is that I go to log in and I get like 12 notifications saying, no, don't do it. Don't do it. You're going to give up too much information. Whenever I think of Bangkok, I think about the movie. I think about the song, One Night in Bangkok. Now, the other thing that I was going to write here, which is going to be the subject of a video, is I fucking hate magicians on TikTok. And yes, I know, I'm a magician on TikTok, right? But notice the difference, right? I'm trolling. If you look at my last TikTok, which is the same one that I posted on Instagram and YouTube, it's like how to tear a deck of playing cards. And I don't do it, right? Oh, look, here's how you can make a card whistle. Here's how you could cut a card and throw it and it whistles. And I don't throw it, right? So I'm making fun of these guys. I'm not, and then there are some videos where I do it. But the TikTok magic videos that I cannot stand are the ones that are like, this is a special can imported from Japan. And this can has the magical property of being able to heal itself. Just watch. Onishiwa. Oh. And the can heals. But watch. Ichiban. Now it's a full can. And they're trying to present this thing as not a magic trick, but like a product. The one that I see it done with the most is the printing, right? Oh, this is an illegal printing press. And if I just run my money here, it prints. It's like, oh, okay, that's obviously a magic trick. It's not a press. I don't like those. I'm not a fan of those. Satchel says, don't mind me. Just stop by to watch a Gordon Ramsay video. When I got an alert, never mind, the joke isn't going to work. I'm glad you realized that halfway into that particular text. It says, walking down the road emoji, lurking. Lurking. That's, I feel like you're always lurking, Satchel. I feel like that's a permanent fixture in your existence. Is that you're lurking. You're like a lurker. Like, for example, Daniel. I would consider Daniel to be always hustling. He's always on the hustle. How can I do this? Like I told him, hey, man, I went to Sears the other day and I bought this chain, this $300 chain for $20 because they're going out of, commission and nobody's buying their jewelry. And he goes, dude, you should have bought like 20 of those. I'm like, that's the most, like, like this guy just read a book by Gary Vee. That's the sort of mentality. So Satchel, I feel like you're there lurking. You're lurking. That's your vibe, which is not a bad thing, right? Lurker is not a bad vibe. You don't want to be a stalker. That's when it's too much, when you've pushed it too far, when you're a stalker. But the video that I have, the next one is that magic gay hands on TikTok, because I consider that sort of approach on TikTok TikTok, that sort of aesthetic, where you go, look at this. This is a coloring book that I got from my time in Mexico. And when I was avoiding los zetas, I managed to snap my finger and allow the blood to paint the, and you turn a thing into this object that they could find in real life. So it's not, here's a magic trick, watch. It's, here's a thing that I got from this. Terrible, I hate that. Panda says one thing in life, and it is to never get a girlfriend who's on TikTok. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I'm glad that I'm not. I was gonna say I'm glad I'm not in any current relationship. I'm glad I'm not in any current relationship in 2021 because I feel like what they see is TikTok, right? So you have you'll look. I say these people. I'm referring to women. You look at TikToks of like, oh, let's do this challenge. And it's like, I got a challenge for you. Let's see how far you could get. As I cocked my gun. Uh, my middle name is I Pick Cake Stalker. Says Satchel. Okay, I believe that. I believe that. I believe that. As does the current butcher, right? Because now there's a brand new butcher. I feel like that particular butcher is going in there and slowly revealing information about me to the would-be people that are interested in finding information about me, which is great because now I realized through the amount of information that I've left online. It's tremendous. It's wonderful. And it's scary because you could see how much information you could find on an individual by just knowing three things. If you know somebody's, if you know three things about an individual, guess what? That's it. That's all you need. That's literally all you need. And you're good to go. So I'm glad. Thank you, Satchel. Thank you for that. Knowing that it's very easy to find old shits and very easy to find anything you want about anyone online just based on that. Or mail a cell phone to you. Yeah, that's the other one. That's the first butcher, right? That's the other one. Thank you for reminding me of that one too. You could either go the easy way, which is, oh, let me make two Google searches, or you could do what do you call this? The actual technologically savvy approach, which is, hey, as part of a puzzle, I'm gonna send you a cell phone, and when the fucking cell phone turns on, it's gonna send me a ping as to where the address currently is. And me, like a fucking retard, I go, look, a USB in my computer. Like an absolute fucking moron. I'm too trusting, man. I realize I'm too trusting. That's one of my main problems in life. I'll stick my head in your car. If you ask me a question, hey, man, what's good? Hey, not much, man. What's good with you? Oh, what's good, homie? Oh, shit. Now I'm in a gang fight because I said what's good back because I thought it was cordial, you know? Hey, man, where'd you get those shoes? I got them at Vans. Hey, man, let me try those shoes on. I don't think so. I don't think they'll fit you, man. You look like you're a size 12. These are 8.5s, dude. Yeah, I'm an 8.5. Go fuck yourself. These are 8.5s, man. I don't know how you're gonna fit in those, Daquan. Um, I mean, your name's still there from your tag from Applebee's, so I don't know why you're there asking me about my shoes. That's weird. You can't try them on. You know that your foot's too big, Daquan. So I'm too trusting. You know, somebody asks me for directions. I'll put my head in your car and be like, oh, you got to go this way and that way. So I'm unnecessarily trusting, and I need to fix that. Or scan Google Maps for 2 months, 13 hours a day until you see a familiar fence. Not that I did that. I believe that. That's the part that I feel like you did. Jesus fucking Christ. No, really, though. Seriously, though. No, really. Well, I'm glad that I could now I could get my map. Like I have I open up the closet and in there is like red wire linking people and faces as to who could potentially be butchers. I'm glad that I can now get that and go, okay, so it's 8 people. It's 8 people that could potentially be butchers that are fucking with me. Send me fucking burgers with ketchup and no fucking patties. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Oh, so what I was mentioning here, I got interrupted about personal fucking information, Satchel. Thank you. Is I consider these TikTok videos to be all gay magic hands, right? So Magic gay hands, if you're not familiar, it's a condition that most magicians have that you cannot take care of. It's a thing that the moment you get into magic, you have it. And everybody has it. At some point, you have it. So if you snap your finger to make a card come up to the top of the deck or a card change, you have magic gay hands. If you do this to make a coin vanish, you got magic gay hands. If you post a TikTok video where you go, look, here's a silk. This silk is developed by NASA to be able to be pushed down to about the size of an atom. Watch. It's not gone. It's actually floating now. Look, there it is. That's magic gay hands. That's magic gay hands. I feel like it's all part of the same symptom. Like, you know how you have herpes? I feel like that's the same sort of vibe. That's the same aesthetic as magic. You could treat it, but you can't ever take care of it. You're always going to have herpes. So that's part of it. And that's going to be one of my upcoming videos, which is on magic gay hands that I see on TikTok. And I'm going to do my best Jason Parker and imitate magicians that I see on that. So that's going to be a fun video coming up. Pigcakee chat clap, says Paul Kelly. You know what's funny, by the way? Now, Satcho, the moment you mentioned that, I smell McDonald's. It's not COVID. I got vaccinated. According to every store I ever walk into, I'm vaccinated. It smells like McDonald's here. It's a very palpable scent that I'm feeling right now, and it smells like fucking McDonald's, which is not a good thing. Because usually when I smell McDonald's, it means, oh, hey, guess what? Another fucking package arrived. That's not a blowjob or a Bitcoin, right? It's never something fun like that. It's always, hey, here is here's a again. Let me give you another example as to how trusting I am. I get a fucking McFlurry in the mail to this house, which is not an address that's anywhere, right? The only way that you have to find this place is triangulating and virginity. I get a fucking McFlurry. And instead of going, I'm not going to eat this McFlurry, it could be poisoned. Considering I had just watched a video on the cyanide Tylenol poisonings, where they put cyanide in Tylenol capsules and put them all around Chicago. I had just watched that. And I go, oh, McFlurry. And I eat it. I eat half of it because I'm calorically conscious. Right? That's the sort of trust that I have because I'm a retard. You send me a jar of nacho cheese dip, right? And I go, all right, I guess I have to stick my fingers in this nacho cheese dip, hope that there's no razor blades in here, hope somebody didn't sneak an AIDS needle in here. I just stick my hand in there. So I'm very trusting, necessarily trusting, which I should stop because I feel like I need to stop being trusting as to these things that could potentially lead to my peril. But did I die, says Satchel? I did not die. No, I made it. I made it out the trap. I made it out the trap. But had it been anybody else with bad intentions, maybe because of some political disagreement that we might have had, where shouldn't be somewhere, and he said, hey, man, aren't you that alt-right magician? And then I get a McFlurry in the mail that just so happens to be full of fucking Drano just because of political differences. What if that's the case, huh? The next package he sends me is probably going to end up blowing up in my face. Whereas the current butcher is just having fun sending me shit. Now it smells like cigarettes, of which nobody in this residence smokes cigarettes. So that's interesting. Great. No. Man, now I'm on fucking edge. Thank you, Satchel, for making me on edge. Like it's 2020. Are you kidding me?